Hello everybody. I haven't made a video about my worms in a couple of weeks, mostly because over the last couple of weeks I've noticed that I still had plenty of food, obviously lots of paper and cardboard, but plenty of food in here. And a good rule of thumb when it comes to worm care is, if you see obviously food, then don't feed your worms, because you know, they have to eat what's already in there. Otherwise what you're adding is just going to get, you know, rotten. It's going to go moldy, things are going to get stinky, and you know, we don't want that. So it has been a couple of weeks since I fed. I did want to point something out. Remember how on both sides it was filled all the way up to here? It's down to here, but there's still obvious food. I've been digging in here every couple of days, but like 2 days ago I found a tomato that was you know, still obviously you know, had tomato look about it. There's a worm. And you know, just like the grapes that I had fed, I found lots of grapes that hadn't even begun to break down at all. There's another worm. They are scattered around quite a bit. They are happy. I have been ripping up all of the paper and cardboard, like the really big pieces. I've been trying to rip them all up, turning everything probably about twice a week. I'm also a little bit concerned about how it's gotten cooler, especially at night, and I'm wondering if maybe, you know, I mean, do their metabolisms slow down if they get cold? I don't know. I mean, a lot of these worms, whenever I bought them, they were in a refrigerator in little bowls. So let's go over to the other side. You know, I mean, I'm not 100% sure if that means that they're you know, just gonna be like trying to hibernate or whatever it is that worms do. See, this is the other side. As you can see, it's gone down, I don't know, maybe 6 inches. So it's still not quite where it was before my last really big feed. I think 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago for on the other side. But there's still just a massive amount of paper. There's still a lot of unprocessed food on both sides. You know, I mean, if it was like just like a banana stem or, you know, something like that. I mean, here's a piece of a carrot. It's obviously a piece of a carrot still. You know, some of the woodier type things do take a lot longer to break down. And I do try to bury them a little bit deeper, but you know, I mean, but if it's obviously still, you know, looking the same as whenever I put it in, well, you know, it's gonna need a lot longer. Okay, this is one of those fruit containers. Somehow it had gotten ripped in half, probably from whenever I was just trying to move it, but it's still pretty much so intact. I don't see that much evidence that worms have been trying to eat it or that it's trying to break down on its own. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a video about the worms, let you see that you know, just how much progress they've made just in the last couple of weeks as far as how much room there is in here now. But as I said, you know, if you see obvious food in your worm bin or your worm bag or whatever it is that you use for your worms, you know, don't feed them again, because yeah, you don't want a stinky worm bin. You know, that could just cause bad bacteria to start to form. Nobody wants that. But anyway, that's pretty much so it for this video. Please like and subscribe. I suppose even if I'm not gonna feed them, I will, you know, try to make a video. I just felt bad, you know, about not having too much to say over the last couple of weeks, and you know, my worms weren't eating what they were eating before. I think part of that is because now that it's cooler, I'm not having the soldier flies. I think they kind of went dormant or something, and so obviously their larvae was eating a lot of the material as well. But I mean, you know, we did see, you know, some worms here and there, and it was obviously evidence of nice, fat, happy worms, and evidence that they, you know, had eaten this bin, well, this worm bag down, I would say about 6 inches. So I don't know, we'll see next week. We'll see what happens next week. Anyway, you have a good week, and let me know how your worms are doing, if you raise worms, or if you just garden. You know, give me a shout out and say hey or whatever. You have a good one.